Hurricane Katrina in August 2005, it just happened to be the storm that Dave and I chose to intercept that year. In a year of multiple U.S. landfalls, Katrina worked for us, scheduling-wise. So we said, all right, we'll go after this one. We booked our flights, and we flew out of JFK Airport on the night of August 27th and flew down to Orlando, Florida. Reason why we chose Orlando was because it was out of the path of the hurricane. We didn't want to fly into a city that was in the path because we knew that we were never going to get out. So chose Orlando, we flew there, rented a car, and we drove up to Gainesville, Florida that night, set up shop, and got some sleep. Upon waking up the next morning, everything had changed. Katrina was now a solid Category 5 storm, and this changed the logistics of the entire intercept because what we initially thought might have been a Category 2 or 3 landfall now was looking to be a 5. And the shelters that you kind of had in mind that would work in a Category 2 or 3, they don't apply anymore in Category 5s. You have to rethink everything. Our greatest concern for Katrina, at least in terms of the intercept, was where are we going to take shelter? Only the sturdiest of structures we're going to do, and obviously you can't test these things out beforehand. So you have to consider to make sure you bring enough gas, food supplies, emergency supplies, first aid. The entire drive there that day, that's all Dave and I really talked about was, okay, what do we need to do to keep ourselves as safe as possible through this storm? Shower in the Hurricane.
Look at what we have. We got 15 gallons.
We're driving bomb right now.
And this car gets about 30 miles a gallon, so that's our ticket out of here, 450 miles. Yeah, completely empty on our side. We're heading I-10 westbound. It is now 4:30 in the afternoon, day before landfall, August 28th.
We got to play our cards right on this one. There's,
a lot at stake.
A lot at stake, and you don't want to mess anything up because when everything happens, you're not going to have time to do anything about it. So you want to make all the right decisions, or at least based on the information you have, and also try to, not stress about it too much. But it's a little hard to do considering that we'll be sleeping in this car tonight.
Yeah, this is our hotel this night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the hotel. So it's not exactly I'm not looking forward to that, but it's all part of the experience. Dave and I arrived in Gulfport, Mississippi around 6 p.m. that evening, and we quickly teamed up with fellow Canadian chasers Mark Robinson and George Karunas. Mark and George had already scouted potential shelters in the area earlier that day, and they settled on the Hancock Bank parking garage, which was located on 14th Street in downtown Gulfport. Dave and I had scouted a few potential locations ourselves, but after driving around in less than ideal conditions, we soon realized that the Hancock Bank garage was our best choice. By this time, the sun had gone down, and Katrina was making a beeline right for our location, so Dave and I headed back to the garage to meet up with our friends once again. One of the biggest concerns we had was of storm surge inundating the area, so we needed a shelter that not only was above sea level, but we also needed a place where we could elevate ourselves even further if need be. The Hancock Bank garage seemed perfect for this. Another bonus was that there were also a few other chasers who had taken up residence there, so we had the extra hands on deck in the event of an emergency. Put all that together, and we had found a shelter that would offer us the best protection from Katrina. This is almost August 29th now, 2005. We're in Gulfport, Mississippi. We're going to ride out Category 5 Hurricane Katrina. You heard the horn sound yet?
The NHC has put a warning of buildings falling over. Like big, well-constructed, 40,000 foot pylon below the ground buildings coming down. And missiles, just like appliances and small cars.
You're not making me feel any better now.
Once we got settled, we realized that sleep was just not going to happen. The tiny rental car we had didn't offer up much comfort as it was just too cramped. So Dave tried napping on one of the cement benches, while I tried catching some shut-eye on the parking garage floor. All of our attempts, however, were in vain. I'm being positive everything's going to work out just fine.
Just fine. Oh yeah, just fine. Everything's going to be great. This is going to be the smoothest chase ever.